Hello Basic Army and welcome back to another Gallop Racer episode here today. Just going through here from where we finished off. This episode will be a part of the same recording session as the last episode. We didn't really have too bad of an episode. We're able to get our first Group 1 win with Eyes of Leah. Huge performance there. Quite happy with our girl. We're just going to go through and book out the rest of our horses for this episode. And hopefully get some more Group 1 wins. We're not going to book them all, we're just going to look for the right races, I'm pretty sure. Here we go, we'll put you in the sprint. We'll put Red Lady in the classic. There we go. Then we'll have a look at Rebirth. He can go in the mile, Osaka mile. Half of July, we'll put him in here. We'll start him off today. He'll be the first race of the episode. I'm pretty sure everyone else is booked in a race that we have sold except for Daisy Chain. But she won't race for a while as she is a late growth horse anyway. So we'll start the episode off strong, hopefully here with Half of July, looking for another International Gallop World Series Group 1 win. That is a mouthful to say. Starting favourite as we should. We've got no Wonder Whale in this race, so we'll be fine.
The horses are on the track.
Let's see how we go. This will be Heartful Delight's last racing season before he goes to the breeding barn for the final time. He served us really well, like he's done everything we've asked of him. Been a super member of our stable. Hopefully we can give him the same type of send-off we gave Crazy Hunter. Really excited for her first fight with Sedate Ruler as well. It's only going to get busier from here on out though with our own original horses. We're going to have 4 a year from here on out until we can get one of our own original horses into the Hall of Fame. Then we'll have 6. And then that's where it gets really intense, so.
Okay, this is where the race is won.
Because that's where it starts to get really difficult between deciding what outside horses you want to bring in, because you just don't have the time.
Show your guts. 2 furlongs to go.
You're needing to put him under the whip here. Give him a couple of whips now, but he's going to win this race pretty easily. How often do you see that in a Group 1 where you can just give them only 2 whips late and they just win it? Nice win. Very easy in the conditions as well, so you'd love to see that. One down. Let's try and win as many races as we can today. He's out and flying in front. He cannot be beat. Making sure none of our horses are being thrown into races they should not be in. So we just have the debut of Electric Arrow. Hopefully he can put in a really strong performance. Lovely, just for one run. Looking for back-to-back Group 1 wins for the episode, as well as Electric Arrow's first Group 1. Not the favourite here. So we have a Native Art as the favourite here. Strong colt, good speed, good braking. But it is a closer, so hopefully that braking is just a bit of a hindrance for the horse.
The horses are on the track.
There's a couple of horses that I've had that have been closers, and they've had like 90 plus braking, and it's such an annoyance because you've got to do so much work to get them to the rear of the field. It's a real struggle sometimes. So far so good here. Native Art's still a fair way up into the middle of the pack here. Definitely an interesting game plan. Not quite sure how that one's going to work out for you, buddy, but we are so far so good here ourselves. Just grab a hold of him a little bit, making a bit too much ground up on these front runners too early. It's a bit better. Okay, this is definitely weird driving tactics from Native Art. Grim, not quite sure what he's doing here. His horse is definitely running out of position. If that was us, our horse would tail off and finish last. So let's just keep an eye on how this horse finishes off. He's the favourite, but I'm not quite sure this is the game plan you should be going with, Grim. So far so good here from Electric Arrow. I mean, he's found some grit activated for us. That should definitely help us when it comes down to the finish. Using a lot of whip here, but Native Art still fighting. I'm not quite sure how that is even possible. Starting to drop out now as we're finding a little bit of room to the line. It's going to come down to the wire. I'm not quite sure if the outside horse got us or not, but this is definitely interesting how that horse was able to finish off so strongly. We did get the win. Okay. I know for a fact a horse racing gamer is literally sitting in his chair watching this, or like on the couch or whatever he's doing, and he is laughing his ass off at me. That the fact that horse ran so out of position and backwards and still ran as good as it did. Because if we ran any of our horses like that, we would be beat like 100 miles. So hopefully you enjoyed that one. Didn't think we were going to get there in the end, but we ended up getting up. Huge amount of pressure to do so. I was a bit nervous there for a bit. I was sort of banking on that horse dropping out. But nope. The horse wanted none of it. Decent odds here with Rebirth. It's at 52 braking. We have to compete with that. 96 braking from White Illusion. You know, we just need a perfect start. If we don't get it, we might have to resort to our old strategy and just take him to the tail of the field. Never mind, we got it. That's a good start. Let's go. I mean, White Illusion is definitely going to be a pain. Well, that was very close for comfort. Right, we found the front. But we know he doesn't like other horses being near him. So we're just going to give him a couple more taps. Then we're going to slow him down. Here comes the 14. A lot of front runners in this field. All the way down to one. So let's have a look, right? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. All the way down to ninth. There are front runners. Holy moly. We just got to meet our goal here. We did burn up a heap of stamina, but we're going to get going now. Hopefully we can beat our odds. Here comes the favourite, like a rocket down the outside. Furlong left to run. Hoping we can still run in the money here. Not quite. I'm not quite sure how many horses that was across the track. We just met our goal. Pretty much anytime we come up against a horse that has really strong braking, we can't hold the front. And it's really annoying. He shouldn't be a front runner. But, oh well, those things happen. So we are going to have a look here. I swear I saw the horse here. Delicate Blues. That's why we always have issue trying to hold Delicate Blues out. 93 braking on a B-class horse. Definitely interesting to say the least. Electric Arrow back up. We're going to actually accept that because that's a decent race for him. So, win or place. Yep, we'll take that. And we have Rare Emerald up as well. And that is all for this week. So, our first big task is here with Spinning Post. This is the final leg of the female or the filly Triple Crown for the 3-year-old class. She did not win the first leg, so she hasn't got the chance to win it, but she won the second. So not a lot of pressure here, just another Group 1. Better odds here today, starting to find some form. The punters are a little bit more happy with us. Still a bit too pricey if you ask me, but hopefully we can hold the front here over our rival. So far so good. Here comes that braking from our rival. And it's going to be a fight up front. We're not going to be able to cross, that's the issue. We're going to have to wait for him to grab hold of her. Come on, Kramer. Don't be silly now. You're ruining your chances, bud. There we go. Finally found the front. Took a whole lot of effort to get there, but we didn't actually use too much stamina. We are a fair way out in front of the field though, so that could come to haunt us. Favourite is a fair way back though, General Derby. So let's just see how we go. I mean, we did cap on stamina, but look at the break in the field. Holy moly. Yeah, I didn't think we were going to get the second one. But we don't have to go too early here because we will get that last corner leader ability to proc. But here we go now. A long way out in front. She's going to lay down the whip now. Furlong left to run. Here comes General Derby. Huge run down the outside. Half a furlong left to run. Definitely making up the ground fast. Can come down to the line. Oh, very close go. Very close. And Spinning Post is going to hold on. We ran that race perfect. Didn't think we quite held on there. Not going to lie, but we did. Woo! Princess Cup. Another Group 1 to Spinning Post resume. You love to see it. One by a nose. Spurt was perfect. Nice. You love to see it. I just felt like if we could save as much stamina as we could, we knew that the sprint was going to be on down the straight. We just had to make sure that she could get home, which she ended up doing really strongly. So, second pick in the market here, Cosmic Ruler, going to be the favourite going into today's market. Here we go. Slender Museum with the record today of 123 and 3. Not a perfect start, but a good start nonetheless here from Electric Arrow. Back on these slope tracks. We're outside the rough here, so I'm just going to let him relax. There's no point trying to force him close to the fence because we're going to move him out later on down the line anyway. So far so good here. There's the favourite back in the field in a pretty good spot. Let's just see how this race runs. So far so good for us. I was wondering though too, how did everyone come across this game? Were they into horse racing and they looked for horse racing games, or were they really big on video games back in the PlayStation 2 era and they stumbled across this cheap in a bargain bin somewhere and thought they'd give it a go and fell in love with it? Or is it just like their parents showed them the game? Anything like that? Just let me know. I don't want to go just yet because I saw last Derby make a wide swing for no reason. I'm going to activate that grid ability as we're, because you've got a fair amount of race to run. The 6 is out in front by a fair distance, so we've got our work cut out for us to try and chase him down. We're coming now. I think it's too little too late. The 6 is going to win this race. We're going to run second. And we met our goal there, but last Derby definitely cost us that race because Dean swung out for no reason. Yet again, Grim being a pain in the backside. Second pick in the market here for Rare Emerald as well. As you can see, he's definitely a left-sided sire. But what that means for those who don't really know too much about the breeding side of things. There's a couple of people that believe that you can breed specific stats into horses based on what side of their statistics they are better on. So as you saw there for Rare Emerald, for example, all of his better stats, like his higher overalls, are on the left-hand side. So he's got good speed, stamina, braking, and so on and so on down the left-hand side. I can't remember the last couple, but probably temper and something like that, right? So people believe if you breed a left-hand side with a right-handed side, the foal that will come out will acquire stats from both sides of the family, so they'll like sort of mix, and you get the best of both worlds, where you get a horse that's solid all the way through down the middle. And I mean, I've had some success with that, but we'll just see how we go. That's why we sort of picked him up. We knew he's a pretty good sire, has good stats across the board, and he's a pretty good racehorse too, so. Got a little burst of speed. The 6 is taking off now though. Not really suiting us. We're going to have to catch his tail. On the line. Not quite sure if we got there just in time, but there was a lot of effort. Oh, he just got pipped on the line. Back-to-back seconds for our debutants from this season. By a nose. Our spurt was a C. I don't agree with that. The favourite went at the exact same time as us, and we made ground up on the favourite, so. Oh well. Funnily enough, like Spurt's one of our highest. It's our start and our positioning, which is letting us down, which I find quite funny if I'm being honest. Oh, we don't have to race any of those, so we can just get forward a week, which is good. We've got a heap of performances up this week. I just want to make sure that none of our horses are booked in races that we're not guaranteed to ride them in. So we have Blues Breeze here. It's a good example, so we'll pick him up. No one double booked in that, no one double booked in that, and one horse in that. Awesome. So 4 Group 1s this week. Hoping for some good results. Eyes of Lee are coming off a bit of a break, a little bit of a layoff. Looking to bounce back for Group 1 wins back-to-back. Vivid Legend is the favourite in today's field over the 10 furlongs trip. But we've had some good results with Blues Breeze, especially in harder fields. So hopefully we can get another one from him here today.
The horses are in the gate. And they're off. That was a beautiful.
What an easy gate bar there. Easy to control. I'm pretty confident that now from this point on, by the time we get to next year's sales, we should be able to acquire any possible horse we need. Unless it's like the horse I told you guys about that had 98, 98, 89, 98, 98. So far so good here. There's the favourite, just right behind us actually. Who's the dark grey up front? Ah, bless me, but of course. I'm going to tuck inside a little bit so then we don't have to swing out as far around this corner.
Okay, this is where the race is won.
Easy sectionals, good performance here so far. Now we just got to finish off the race strong. The Legend decided to make a little bit of a move early in the field. No revolution here. Turning on the jets, here is Blues Breeze running down this hill, getting a huge burst of speed. Vivid Legend made an early move. Let's see how that pays off. Still out in front. Close race, not okay pops. And Vivid Legend going to hold on. We're going to run second again. Back-to-back second place finishes with Blues Breeze. Probably went a bit too early with the spurt, in my opinion. C. As a part I don't understand, we still ran second in Group 1 and they're like, no, your spurt was terrible. How dare you? Pardon? Perfect Eden the favourite here. I mean, personally, I don't see no reason why we can't win this. It's in his distance, he's up to 74 speed, 72 staying, so at least he can hold, like, his top speed rating. That's basically what staying means. It's the horse's ability to maintain that top speed. So if they have 99 and like 97, they can hit 99, but once their bar starts to drop, their speed bar, they'll only maintain like a 97. So if you aren't too sure what that meant, there's a better explanation of staying for you. Most horses staying will be below their actual speed rating, and then some will maintain the same speed rating as the staying, but you'll never see a higher staying rating than their actual speed. It's mechanic that way. So most of the time, if you're unlocking horse details and you unlock staying, either add 1 or 2 to it and you'll work out their overall speed, or that's the speed rating. So good little thing to know. Tight little gap here. We maneuvered that perfect. Huge run of burst of speed coming from Crimson Prince. He's hit the front. Furlong left to run. Definitely a fight from the outside horses, but we're holding on. Still a long way to the finish line. Here comes the field. Gonna lay him under the rip. We're gonna get pipped on the line by multiple horses here. Holding on to 4th. Might have just got pipped for 5th, yeah. Good run. I mean, we were still outside of our odds there, so good run nonetheless. Would have been nice to win that one, but this one is probably the bigger target. Red Lady still unable to win a Group 1. Hopefully that will change today. The favourite is only a 71 speeded, 69 staying with 53 stamina. I think Red Lady, today's the day. Been letting her down a couple of times. She's been doing super. Time to bounce back. Perfect start. Still a bit wide on the track, but there's not much we can do about that at the moment because other horses are still trying to find positioning across the track. And the favourite is the leader. So that means we've got a little bit of a task ahead of us because he found the front pretty easily here. So well done to him. That horse was being quite annoying and just wouldn't drop out or pick up speed, so we knew whether or not we were going to make contact when we crossed. And I just didn't want to make contact there and ruin her chances here today because we've had a couple of close calls in Group 1. She's put in a huge performances, especially as a 2-year-old season. She ran 3rd in an international Group 1. That's a long shot, so no reason why she shouldn't be competitive in these fields, which she always is. She tries her best. The favourite's just got away with murder up front, which unfortunately means we've got a bit of a task ahead of us. No revolution, but we have got a good run off here. But we do know the favourite was the front runner. Favourite's not really finding much. Not sure what happened there. Here comes the rest of the field. The 8's going to be the danger. Close race not good's going to pop, and that's going to cost us Group 1. And we're going to finish back in the field. Not really sure why she ran out of so much stamina there so quickly. We didn't go on the corner. We waited until about the 2-3 mark, and then we ended up finishing just on our odds. I suppose his episode had been terrible. I just don't understand why. Like, if I go early there, she runs out of stamina. If I go any later, then the field catches up. Good odds here today. $2.90 for the Eyes of Leah. First time over the 8 furlong trip. We beat Dark Heat last time. Oh wait, actually no. We didn't. We ran second by a nose.
The horses are on the track.
So we'll see how that goes for us.
The horses are in the gate.
Uh-oh. Perfect start, and she's got good braking. That's not a good sign. This is the first time running around a corner too, so hopefully she doesn't shy on the corners or do anything like that. Don't just jump across now because we can. Lovely. And Dean settled into a very handy position as well, so.
Okay, this is where the race is won.
So far so good.
And they're in the home stretch.
Not really showing much response here. We really gotta go now, Leah. Don't you do that, you bastard.
Show your guts.
Got a huge task ahead of her now. Why are you still moving? Just run in a straight line. I reckon that one horse just cost us the race. Oh, another second position. Like, why did that horse have to move? I didn't want to go too early. I wanted to just relax her and then send her home with a strong burst. And then we'd get interrupted there. Not the best week, if I'm being honest. Just really annoying. Like, that definitely should have been a win there for our girl. Let's have a look at her statistics around the board. So, high heart. Toughness isn't too strong. She has southpaw. Where did she get that from? No, I can't quite remember what southpaw does. Let's have a quick look. Yeah. Southpaw. Strong in counterclockwise races. So it's actually a positive ability. I always thought that Southpaw was a bad ability. Strong in counterclockwise races. Okay. Fair enough. Right, let's go through and just sort out the rest of our races. She's tired again. She was racing in the blue last time. Was she not? Just chuck her in there. Go on the Young Crown Cup. Go on the Jupiter. I'm not gonna worry about this horse. Like, he can just go, if I'm being honest. Up to 75 speed here with Crimson Prince, so he's definitely developing well. As for Red Lady, she's nearly at a peak and she's got a lot of development left to do, so I'm not too worried about that. We're gonna chuck Spinning Post in the Empress. And we're just going to go forward a couple of weeks at a time here. We'll probably do one or two more races to end out the episode and then go from there. We're just going to let him go. I'm really not concerned. Like, we have a good relationship with Parks as it is, so. And what other horses do we have parked here? We have Spinning Post, we have Red Lady, we also have... Oh no, that's just it. We have 2 horses. We're going to probably retire Red Lady next year anyway for breeding. We'll probably get rid of Grave Parade. She's had her time in the barn. She's produced a lot of foals and we don't want to leave her in there for too long just because that crossbreeding, it does become a very hard thing to avoid. But here we have spinning post.
Are on the track.
Holds the record on this track. And she's the third pick in the market, but our goal is top 5, so it's pretty easy today. Perfect start, let's go.
And they're off. That was a great start.
And Secret Bomb's not going to put up too much of a fight for the lead, so the lead is ours. So far so good. All we have to do now is just try and rate her perfectly and get her home strong. General Derby's in this race and we beat her by a nose last start, so Pink Amber will start the favourite though. Okay. So far so good. Just gonna give her a couple more reins up. I just don't like how close we are to the field. Lovely from here so far, like very slow sectionals up front. When the time comes, we'll probably just try and give her a couple of reins up, get her mind on the job, hit the front, like last corner leader, and just let's see how far she can go from there. She really hasn't had to do any work so far, except for out of the gate, but that contest only lasted for a couple of strides. Alright, so we definitely got front last corner leader activated, that's for sure.
And they're in the home stretch.
No revolution, but this race is in the bag. She just makes races like this so easy. If you can get a perfect start and just relax her, no one in the field can like chase her down. Like she just won by what, 5 lengths? And no revolution. Just an amazing horse to have in any breeding barn. I'm so excited that she's not even at a peak though, that's the thing. She doesn't peak until she's like 5. She's only a 3-year-old. Just an amazing horse to have. Hey, you've been riding real recently. So I'm going to give you another debut horse. You literally gave us a debut horse this year and we haven't rode it. No, you're not racing there, you're still tired. If I'm being honest, we'll probably just race him until we retire him. I'm not going to breed with him. I just think we have better options, but so far so good. What do we got? Anything in this week now? No. Just double check. Nope. Lovely. Right. Let's have a look. I wonder which race that Wonderwell was in. Neither of those. Interesting. It's Red Lady. You know what? To end out the episode, we're going to do the Independence Cup with Red Lady. A race her own father won. So, good luck to all the connections, Abigail. She's her chance today, I have a feeling. We've let her down a couple of times, but if she's going to win any races, it's going to be the one her father raced. Won. To be fair, she's got better odds than her father did. Fine Midnight is the favourite. Pretty strong dirt horse, that's for sure. 76 speed with 74 stamina, so definitely a staying type horse. Definitely able to win this race if it gets the right type of run.
The horses are in the gate.
Not a perfect start.
And they're off.
that's fine. Alright, so far so good. Let's get her over to the fence and just relax her. So our issue with her of late is that we've been timing our spurts pretty terribly with her. As on how to counteract that, we're probably just going to have to try and go a little bit later. She's not the strongest of types, so her cornering is probably not the best, so we probably have to wait until she's in a straight line before we go with her, which isn't always an option. You see how we go. I mean, we're probably going to retire her as soon as we can. We'll breed with her. We'll probably just mix her with a dirt sire, maybe like a sedate ruler type. And she'll be our first second generation broodmare. But hopefully we can keep these bloodlines alive for a long time. And then we can look through over time and see all the hard work we put in to get our own superstar. We can just breed superstars together and then end up with them. Here we go. Their evolution got discouraged. Putting in a huge fight now. Like, the favourites often ran, but we still can run money here. Overwhipped her. Damn, unfortunate. Night. Better odds, but I just overwhipped her. The positioning and the start was off. Are you joking me? Put that in your pipe and smoke again. That's crazy. As you can see here, Harper Delight cannot lose the sprint, so that's awesome. Any horse can still win the turf category, and Clear Asset has won the dirt. So as you can see here, we're not even in the finishing. We haven't run that many times. We've only sort of focused on 1 or 2 horses. As we jump into the last week in December, we do have Isaulia in a Group 1 here. And that's probably where we're going to start in the next episode. Been a little bit of a longer one compared to the average 30-minute videos that we have. But I made a lot of progress in this recording session. Might record one more in this session, might not, just depending on how things go. But as always, I hope you enjoy. If you did, let me know, leave a comment. Don't be afraid to drop a name for our upcoming foals. I'm pretty sure all the ones we have at the moment are already taken, but there are 4 foals coming next season. As you can see here, huge stats here from Monsoon Season, and also 3 stars already from Cash and Flow, so definitely an exciting season of racing coming up next season. So as always, peace out, have a lovely night or day, and I'll catch you in the next one.